cultivating grace. Yeah. Word of the day. Filling space. Converging minds on the same page. Every day, every way. Waves. Word of the day. Word. Yeah. Be alright, be alright. Life is strange, full of pain. Joy and happiness is all the same. But you have to reclaim. Become your best self. Stop tripping off what people say. Don't you know it's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Lift your hands. Do it, y'all. Come on, better, 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 better. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better, 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 better. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? You know what it is. It's Wade's Word of the Day. Come on, everybody. Come on into the space. Let's get it going. Let's get it together. Let's see who's hanging out with us on tonight. We are so grateful and thankful to be in this space. You know, one more time, one more day for Wellness Wednesday. You know, we got Leanna. She's in the queue. She's ready. Leanna Winstead. Yes, she's ready to go. And so we are ready to go. And so let me send out and just, you know, make sure some folk are coming on into the space as well. And I see them all coming in. Wow, I'm excited. I think we got a good show for you all tonight. So come on into the space. Let me go ahead and tag, text, and tell some folk as well. Just trying to get it together here tonight. Y'all know how it is. While I'm getting it together, let me hit y'all with this real quick. Here we go. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Somebody say hello, feel is home. You know how we do it in this space. We're trying to get our healing. Hey, it's Wade's Word of the Day. 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 Yeah, Wade's Word of the Day. All right, I see everyone making their way into the space now. We are ready to go. We see Lori, we see Shakira, and we see others coming into the space. Thank you for coming in tonight. Y'all know what it is. It's wellness. Yes, indeed. My sister Sonia has made her way into the space tonight. Everybody show her some love.
Come on. I love that song coming in. It's nice and smooth.
Pick her up tonight. And as we often do, Sister Leanna, just talk to the people real quick.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you good. I hear you.
Good evening. Hi, everybody. I was saying I like that intro song. It's nice and smooth when it comes on.
Yeah. We try to do what we can do, over here in these media streets and everything like that. All right.
Okay.
Just big up the folk, give them a quick word of encouragement and everything like that.
How's everybody doing? I hope you had an abundant Wednesday. I hope everything is going well with you. And I'm glad that you're here tonight. Let's love on one another and have some good conversation.
All right, I'm going to ask you to do one thing. Just make sure that you lean into your mic just a little bit more so that we can
Okay.
hear you. Hear you. Give me a quick sound check. Let me see if we coming through. Yeah,
How's
just
that?
just don't put it up there so we can hear you good. 'Cause you're
Okay,
breaking up a
maybe
little.
that's what it is.
Say something. Give me a sound check.
A little some?
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. That's good. That's good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. All right. All right. All right. Man, we see everybody in the space tonight. We got I think we got a wonderful show. I think we're going to talk a little bit about, just give maybe 5 or 6 different facts around how you can get well and how you can continue to be well and all of those things. That's the premise of what we do on Wednesday night, right? So we come into the space and it's really about wellness, wholeness, mentally, spiritually, and physically. And what I'm going to ask Sister Leanna to do real quick is take us through some breathing real quick so that we can all know that we're in the same space and that we're all here together. A little bit of meditation real quick. Want to do that for us? Go ahead and walk the people through that.
Oh, for sure. Especially because I have all sorts of panic anxiety before we come on. So if everybody could just, I'm just going to count us down. 3, 2, 1, and I just want everybody to take 2 nice, slow, deep breaths and hold it for at least 4 seconds, and then just let it out, so we can just, tap into one another. So 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more. Like I get super geeked out because I love doing this. But go ahead and do one more. 3, 2, 1. I love it. I'm so excited.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. I'm either gonna need you because I don't know you coming through low on my end.
Really?
Somebody
Okay.
let me know if you're hearing Sonia coming through real good on your end. She's coming through a little low on my end. So just speak up a little bit, for my
Is that
sake.
better?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
I've turned everything up. Okay.
Okay, cool. I think we're good now. So let's walk through this real quick. Wellness Wednesday, Way's word of the day, and just some quick facts. And Sister Sonia is going to take us through some of these things. And the first thing is simply this: drinking at least 5 glasses of water a day can reduce your chances of suffering from a heart attack by 40%. What you say to that, Sonia?
I say that I'm glad you started with this one because it's super important. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So not only 5 glasses, but that's just the minimum to get us out of danger. A lot of times people don't realize even our food causes dehydration, and we don't drink enough water. And our bodies are made up of over 70% of water. So we need it to replenish because of the foods that we eat, especially here in the United States where there's so many processed foods that we consume. It's a scary reason why it can cut down on heart attack risk. But when you don't have enough um, hydration in your body, it causes your blood flow to slow down and it's sluggish. And that's how clots and things are formed. So it is imperative that we drink water, not just liquid, but water in and of itself.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I got me some water here tonight because I knew we was going to be discussing that. And so, you know, um, I read up on a lot of this, and they'll say that you should, in terms of what you should drink per day, that you should look at your body weight, then times it by 8, and then that's the number. How many times you should drink about 8 ounces, if you will, water per day, right? So if
Yeah.
simple math, if you um, weigh 200 pounds, you divide that by 8, and then whatever that number is, that's how much water you should be drinking on a daily basis, right?
At minimum, yes.
At minimum, at minimum. And so to everyone who's drinking water tonight, let's take a sip together.
I didn't have mine, but I got my tea. Well, let me
refreshing.
see what kind of cup that you're drinking that out of, if you don't mind. If you could just show me, is it one of the ones with the metal on the inside?
Yeah. Well, yes, yes, it does have metal on the inside. I got
Those are
this.
so cool.
You know what? Yeah, it stays cool. The water stays cool.
Yeah, I love those. And those are the ones that we should be. They've pushed all this plastic stuff on us, but it's really not good because there's BPAs and there's things that are in that too, especially if
Yeah,
we use it over and over again. So those right there really are more optimal.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful because again, you can put the water in there, you can put a little ice in there, and it'll stay cool all day long. Yeah,
Yeah. Even if
definitely.
you use hot liquids, it usually tends to last a little while. I'll fill it up in the morning when I leave. Like, some days I'm out of the house by 5:30, and then I don't have to drink my tea. It's at a good temperature, by maybe 10 o'clock. So it holds on to it pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah, so we just gave you a simple tip, right. Go out and get you got to have the right equipment as well, right? So not only drinking the water, but then also get the right equipment. So if you have a thermos or the like, you want to make sure that it has the metal on the inside and not the plastic. Is that correct? Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. All right.
Absolutely.
Cool. You can all everybody in the comment section, you can add your comments as well if you like. Again, at the end of the show, we're going to put up the link, give you an opportunity to pop in and share if you like. If you're courageous, if you're bold, you can pop in and share if you like. Let's look at this other one right here. Here's another one that I thought was good. Repeatedly using plastic water bottles can release chemicals into your water. Why not try using reusable
Yeah.
bottles?
Yeah. The things that they do to these things now, like in the beginning, it probably was good, but because, they want to sell more, and even some of the materials that they use to recycle them are disgusting for us to continually
Yeah.
store our food or ingest in. So it is, it's imperative, especially now because the outside environment is really hectic and chaotic, and there's things that we have no idea. So let's just be mindful of what we put in our body so we can at least slow down some of the mess that's already taken place.
Message.
Exactly. And it's true. I mean, I don't want to go off on a side note, but it's true. If you don't guard your body, nobody else will, right? And so we
Right.
live in a world now where it really is about, trying to get as much money as you can, and they don't care how the products are made. It's really a consumer driven economy. And so a lot of these products and organizations, they just believe they can put anything in front of you and that we will consume it. So you really
Yeah,
have to, if you want to move in the wellness space, you may have to do a little extra, and that's okay. But just understand, if you're not mindful of what you're putting in your body, nobody else will be, right? Nobody else will
absolutely.
be. So I think that's critically important. Again, it's a consumer market, everywhere you look. And one day I'm gonna do a show on that. Everywhere you look, people are trying to, sell whatever type of product, this, that, and the third. And and you see everybody all throughout social media, hey, get this water, get this gin, get this, and I got money, but you ain't really rich, you just selling somebody else's product who is really becoming rich. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So we
That's
have
it.
to be mindful of those particular things. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's look at the next one. Let's look at the next one and see what it says. Brushing teeth too soon after eating or drinking can soften the tooth enamel. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. I don't know. Maybe because of the temperature of the foods and the acidity in some of the foods that we eat. And so we have to let it settle and let our saliva, because our body heals itself, and let our saliva take and digest everything, and then it should be um, more safe.
But even also to a certain extent, the toothpaste, the fluoride, you know, that really kills your teeth. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm honest. I'm one of them who I'm guilty of that. When I'm physically at the space or the office, I have my little toothbrush and toothpaste and all of that stuff there because nobody wants to walk around with the yuck mouth. You understand what I'm saying? And so when I saw that was like speaking to me because I'm like, eat, then I want to go brush my teeth,
Yeah.
real quick. And so, yeah, I looked at that and I was like, I kind of gave what you gave at first, kind of like, I don't know, but again,
The good
as we're
thing
looking,
actually is to make sure that you're drinking water. Um, Drinking water will help to, speed it up and to clear everything out so that you can, and it'll help to activate the enzymes in your stomach to break it down as well. So drinking water and then waiting maybe about 30 to 45 minutes, and then you should be okay.
yeah, Lori says she has a physical job that encourages them to drink lots of water to lubricate, their muscles and their joints. And she's right; it's like a machine needing oil. It's necessary.
Perfectly said. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm curious. Who else in the chat was kind of taken back by the whole brushing the teeth thing after eating, that type of thing. Was anybody else? Drop your comment in the comment section. I'm interested to know if anybody else um, felt like just hearing that today was kind of weird, kind of suspect. But again, um,
We're so automatic and we're always on the go. So we do things and we switch things to fit our schedule. And, it's something we've been doing forever. So, yeah, when you read it, it's like, hey, wait a minute. I've been doing this wrong.
yeah. Well, and listen. I want to be clear. And certainly, we ain't telling folk not to brush your teeth now. Make sure
Please
you
and
you
thank
brush
you.
brush your teeth. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah. That's critical. That's critical. But again, I think what it's just simply saying is giving, by not immediately doing it right after you, it gives the time your body to process and all of those particular things. So I would agree because I was listening to a doctor, and she was saying even as it relates to like mouthwash, right, that it can kind of like kill certain things that is operating that your body actually needs to create lubricant, as it relates to your saliva and all of that type of stuff. And I thought that was interesting. I was like, wow, I didn't.
Because it's full of chemicals. It's
Yeah,
full of chemicals and sweeteners to make us feel like something. And so then we rush out and we continue to buy it. It's safer to grow yourself a mint plant and keep it in your house and chew on those actual mint leaves. Is cheaper and it's safer and it's more effective. And the mint leaf actually helps with your blood flow as well.
man, let's big up the mint leaves and everything like that. Let's big that up tonight. You know what I mean? Everybody just everybody go out and get you a couple mint seeds and grow them in the back of your yard. You know what I mean? If we're gonna do it, we
For
might as well
sure.
go. We might as well go ahead and do it all the way. You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Mhm.
You know,
For real.
exactly. Let's take a look at the next one and see. It's Wellness Wednesday, y'all. We're talking about all things wellness. On average, there are more bacteria per square inch in a kitchen sink than in the bathroom. Wow.
Isn't that scary?
Wow. Verlin says, wow.
It's the foods that we cook and how it splatters all over the place. And then we're coming in from everywhere and we're touching and we're picking it up. We don't even, the refrigerator, the garbage
Yeah,
can, we don't even realize it. In the
yeah,
bathroom, you can close your toilet lid, and then, it's pretty much okay. But in the kitchen, just the foods that we clean in our sink or sit in our sink for hours to
yeah.
thaw out to get ready for the day is dangerous.
And again, I think that's actually the difference, right? Because in the kitchen, that's where we're preparing food, that's where we're eating, that's where we're gathering. A lot of times it's families standing around talking, and people just come right in from outside and get to touching counters and grabbing the handle to the refrigerator, and and all of those things. Yeah, 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 I would
Yeah.
agree. Ver- he said, "Are you kidding?" Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, listen, double take on this one. Oh my God. Yeah, more,
Yeah.
more in the kitchen. So hey, I me, I'm the type of person I really have to like clean everything before I even start to cook. I want if there's some dishes I need to wash them dishes up, you know what I mean? And wipe the counter down and all of those particular things before I get started. I used to just think it was just that kind of, I just kind of got to do it, those type of things. But yeah,
It's
of
that
course.
rag. That rag is supposed to spread and everything. So even if it looks sparkly, it still can be some stuff sitting up underneath there that we just smudged around. And I know a lot of us, we use bleach in our water to clean the kitchen, but we don't hit every spot. We just
Yeah,
don't. So we just
yeah,
got to be, keep things, try to keep them as contained as we can. Our bodies have built up a resistance to some of those things too, but some of those bacteria can latch on and just make you really, really sick and you don't even know it.
absolutely. I agree. I agree with that 100%. All right, let me see where else we can go with this tonight. Um, this is going to be an interesting one. Men and women store fat very differently.
Yeah.
Okay, what say you on that? What does that mean? You know what?
So you would think that, yeah, no, you're right. Because I was going to say you would think that men would, but no, I think men don't gain it as quick as we do, and they store it mostly in their bellies. But women, because our bodies are made to be the child bearer, it's more in the lower extremities, the hips, and it skips me, but in the hips, in the legs, and the things of that nature, that's where we store it. And because we more often work less strenuous jobs, or either we're stay-at-home parents, we don't move those areas around, so it just gets bigger. So it's not just you ladies spreading, it's because of the work that we do. Is the way that we were built. So that's why walking is super important, especially in keeping stress down.
Exactly, exactly. Um, Men tend to, theirs tend to land right there mid section, for the
Yeah,
most part, that gut and everything. And the reality is, with that gut, that's where all of, you know, the ailments come from if we're not careful, right? And
boom.
so, you really have to be, especially, when I was younger, I could eat anything. And my metabolism would just kind of knock it all off, stay thin and everything. Fit, didn't even think about it. But then I remember in church, like it was yesterday, in church, not even paying attention. And really, this is what kind of started me on kind of my vegan journey and everything and all of that stuff was when um, I don't know what we was having. We was having some type of program and the flyer went up on the screen, and I looked at that picture of me, and I wanted to say to my media guy, "Why you put my fat picture on there?" To realize that's what I look like. I was telling
Yeah.
myself I didn't look like that, but a picture says 1,000 words, right? And I looked at that and I was like, yo, how did that happen? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like mentally, I ain't say it out loud. Well, I think I said it instinctively, like, yo, man, why you put my fat picture up in the middle of service or whatever? Because I tend to do things like that.
Yeah, you do.
But um, but something inside of me was it just changed and was like, yo, what happened? Because I just never, I just going about life and I
Yeah,
always stay busy, and then I was like, yo, what is going on with me? And so that really started my journey. So sometimes it's just observation,
that's it.
you know what I mean? Observation, noticing something. And I didn't look at it, it didn't make me feel bad or anything, but it like turned on a light bulb. Sometimes we'll look at ourselves and then we start to beat ourselves up. I didn't do that. I was just like, yo,
I got to make a change.
I got to make a change. You ain't as young as
Mhm.
you used to be, that kind of thing and all of that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm trying to live to 100. I ain't gonna live to 100 plus, whatever,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But because I guess my process is, we all are going to, we're living in the dash. We got a start date, we got an end date, and we're living in the dash, and the dash is right now, right? But we understand that we all have an expiration date. But I got to be honest, I want to live my expiration. When I'm coming into an expiration date, I don't want to be broke down. I still want to have a level of strength. You know what I mean? Just from the standpoint of not like spending the last 10 or 15 years of my life just kind of being sick, and
Right.
making it through life. But I just want to, natural causes, kind of thing. And so that was just like a trigger for me. I was like, yo, wake up,
Every
son.
time, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, wake up. What you doing here? It is. And if we can slow it down or make it so that we can get up and not have to, need help all the time or at a certain age. I had a patient today. She was 80 years old. She just turned 80 in August. So
Mm.
before I come out of my office, I'm going down the hall and I'm like, okay, maybe wheelchair, whatever. So I'm preparing myself to bring the patient back. This little lady, she was walking through that hallway like nothing. Drove 2 hours there by herself, has all her faculties. She put them 50-year-old men in the waiting room to shame today. I was like, go ahead, Helen. That's not a real name. But I was impressed. She said I had a hard time coming to grips with turning 80. Okay, sweet thing.
Yeah, I know
And
that's
that's the way that I want to be.
man. Everybody over there on that YouTube side, get used to the terms and everything over there. Go ahead and hit that 100 sign over there. Hit some hearts and some likes and all of that. You can do that over there as well. Yeah, so go ahead and do that if you don't mind. If you're still over there on the Facebook side, make sure that you hit the stars. We're asking everyone to do the 300 stars and all of that good stuff, and you can hit the hearts and the likes over there as well. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Let's see what this one is talking about. Oh my God. This one says swearing can make you feel better when you're in pain. Swearing can make you feel better when you're in pain. Okay, what you say to that?
I say even when I'm not. So here's a little joke. I used to say to my mother when I used to visit the church before I became a full member,
Uh,
I used to say, they cuss at this church. But so people watching, it wasn't big curse. It was like hell, which is in the Bible, reading the scripture from the Bible. So I don't want
yeah,
people to take it out of context.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I used to make the joke to my mother, this is my church. I'm enjoying it here. They cuss at this church. It's okay. And that was our little joke. But
yeah.
yes, that strikes home. Sometimes you just need a little emphasis.
Listen. I tell people all the time when they come in my space, I'm like, yo, I ain't no virgin to cussing. And that's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? That's just
Yeah.
what it is. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I remember I think it was during the pandemic, and I was teaching, and it was with Sundays with LHBC, and I think I said damn, and and my mom texted me after the message. My mom texted me after the message. She was like, "Boy, you done cussed in the message." I
He was
said,
like, I know.
yeah, it may have been damn or hell, one of them words or whatever. And I was like, yo, that's in the Bible.
That's it.
But I got a kick out of that. She was like, man, she was like, boy, you done said a cuss word in your message. I was like, oops. You know what I mean? You know? Oh
Sorry.
my
That's the Bible, y'all.
That's
God. You
the
know what I
Bible,
mean?
y'all.
So,
For
so
sure.
yeah. But I love that you shared that story because because what it speaks to, in a real way, is that you're dealing with real people. You know what I mean? You're dealing with real people, and so because sometimes in our context, you can go. I remember when I was young, you can go into certain spaces, and they just, on Sunday they just as holy as they want to be, but then you see them in other spaces, and it's just like, come on, you know what I
Right.
mean? So I just rather people just be real and be truthful. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it is what it is. You
Be
understand?
who you
We all
is.
in process. We all, we all still on. We're in the dash, and we're you know, trying to do the best that we can, if you will. If I can use that terminology. But at the end of the day, man, we all striving to be the best that we can be,
That's
and
it.
and, and that's what that is with that. And I would argue that the best of us, you know what I mean? When you stub that toe, you know what I mean? Just instinctively, you know what I mean? You know, one
One
of them
might
cute
slip out
words
every
comes
now and
out of
again.
there. You feel what I'm saying? I mean,
Ooh.
it is what it is.
I try to reserve the real big ones for those big occasions. Because I am trying to get into heaven a little bit.
You know what I mean? So instinctively, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I would argue he done made it to heaven. He did a little cussing. He cussed out the little girl. But, you know what I mean? He,
Okay, we
and,
going
and,
too off
and he
into
was
the
one of
weeds.
Jesus' good members. You know what I'm saying? He was a good member. You know what I mean? As they used to say. You feel what I'm saying? He was a good member. Let me get on. Let's get on to this next one. Yeah, swearing can make you feel better when you're in pain. Yeah, it can. All right. Men who live alone for several years are prone to higher levels of inflammation. Why is that?
I like that one. I think that's funny. My first answer is because there's no women telling them, nagging them about doing something.
That's true.
They
That's
need us to tell them to get up and move around. Inflammation builds up when you are sedentary and you don't do anything, or on top of it, compounded with eating foods that are not too good for you. So I wouldn't say all men, but a lot of men, a high percentage of men that live alone for a long time, they just do whatever,
mm.
eat whatever, whatever. And it's not good. And that's how inflammation comes in the body. And then they don't
So
go to the doctors either.
just simply means that they're sitting
Yep.
a lot. They're not moving. They're not moving.
Yep.
Um, they get on the lazy chair, and that's where they remain. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
With remote in hand, for the
And their
most part.
TV dinner.
Yeah, and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lord
Do
help
they
me.
still sell TV dinners? I don't know. I don't eat that.
I don't even know. I don't know. I hope not, because you know
Uh-uh.
what I mean.
Mm-mm.
The stuff they was throwing at us when we was younger, man. They just didn't know. They just didn't
They
know. You
couldn't.
know what I mean? They
The
just didn't know.
Salisbury steak and gravy. Oh, that thing is disgusting.
Yeah, they just didn't know. And they would
Ooh.
look at you, better eat it too. That kind
Right.
of thing. But
Right.
they didn't know. They didn't know. That's what they
They
didn't
really
know.
didn't know.
They didn't
And
they
I
didn't have
actually think as we got older and the years progressed, they've added, it might have been safer for us to eat back then because now commercialism is alive and well, and well, consumerism, and they want their money. So they just add a little extra to it. I think it might have been safer when we were younger.
it probably was, because it may have been real, real meat back then. But now everything is everything is processed to the T.
GMO.
Really
Mm-hmm.
about, you know, um, what's the name said this, what is his name? He's the comedian. Who got the process. You know who I'm talking about, short
Cat
guy.
Williams.
Cat Williams, yeah. He said, he made a joke about, and all you black folk out there eating oxtails. And he was like, do we still have oxes? There
I
is no
saw
such
that.
thing as an ox. You know what I mean?
Man.
So yeah, you know, so all of that,
My daughter loves that stuff. I'd be like, where does it come from? Tell me.
yeah, I mean, just think about the chicken, the chicken wings and everything. How when we were younger, they were what they were supposed to be. They were small, but now these things are so fat and plump because they shooting all of that stuff
Yeah.
in them. Um, Man, I watched the movie. I won't say the name, but it showed like all of that stuff, and I was just like, "Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, this is ridiculous!"
So the
Just
Tyson factory is here in Virginia, and well, I'm sorry, I don't know what it's not like what, but the Tyson factory is here. And one of my patients, when COVID was going real high, he came in. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like just the way that they prepare the chicken for us.
mm,
He said they know when they go into that room. It's just I just feel bad. Like I don't like stuff like this, but he's like they know what they're going into this certain area, what's
mm,
about to happen and the fear that's in them. I think that stuff, you know, transmutes us. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
terrible, the torture. But
yeah.
they
That's crazy.
propping them with something. Dude,
Yeah,
I
I
went
guess
to the supermarket.
that I don't. We got to get it. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the right place to end on. I don't know. I don't know.
I know, I'm so sorry.
I don't know. Anyway,
Drink
hey,
your water though.
anyway, if you learned something tonight, if if you received just another tool to help you in your wellness journey, go ahead and hit those hearts and hit those likes. Hit that 100 sign over there in the YouTube section. Um, hey, if you're on the Facebook side, go ahead and hit those stars and everything. If you have enjoyed the conversation, now, hey, I'm going to drop in the link. Invite you to, if you want to pop in and say something about what we have discussed on tonight, you certainly can do it. I'll put it in the comments section real quick. You can pop in if you have if you want to add something else to our discussion, you can drop it down in the comment section as well. Verlin says thank you both. Big up to
Hi,
Verlin.
Sister Verlin. I think that's a heart. I'm trying to do a heart to her.
Yeah. Exactly. Lori says thank you for the information. Great discussion. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Big up to Lori.
My love, Laura.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Well, hey, let's go out with a little bit of music. Let me see what I had queued up. Okay, yeah, maybe we can do this. Let me do this one right here. This little backyard band. Let's play them a little while. Y'all let me know if you're feeling it. Here we go. I mean live from the front porch. Yeah, that's what it
Y'all to the front porch. We got a very, very, very special edition of the front porch. Live from the front porch presents none other than the legendary Raheem Devon. Boy.
Love King forever. Yeah. And you know the saying, it's no place like home. We on the countdown to the 20-year anniversary of the Love Experience album. So right now we're gonna take you down memory lane and do what we do. I hope you don't mind while I make myself comfortable. Wanna make myself comfortable. Oh yeah. On the front porch. Legendary. We're gonna do it for the ladies right now. As we proceed to give you what you need. Oh baby, this is dedicated to you. You and you and you. This is dedicated to you. You and you, baby. This is dedicated to you. And you. All the ladies say ah, and all the fellas say oh. I appreciate your style. Thank you. And then how much it takes to carry and birth the child. Thank you. The way you played on, even when we live in real foul.
Everybody
Even
can
as a
stop
single
by
fairy
and
mama,
subscribe
still
with
held me
tonight
down
on this
somehow.
wellness journey. Make
Made
sure
the
you
best beat
tag,
so
tell
high.
somebody, come in.
I
You know,
appreciate the
you're part.
strength,
We're here
baby.
every
You
Monday,
never
Wednesday,
made the
Friday night.
leprosy.
We call it
Was
James
on the
Murder. Big up to everybody.
mind.
Come on, let's get
Are you
back
a
to this
lady in the
jam real
street
quick.
in the freak
Everybody at
when
home,
it's
just bounce
bedroom
with us a little
time?
while.
Are you gonna cry with me, roll with me? Tell me what's yours and mine. Hey, hey, if you ain't got one medicine, the world is find a woman, strong. Hey, a grown woman, special woman. Hey, beautiful woman, yeah, strong woman, grown woman. Hey, listen, when I get weak, I need a strong woman. Hey, strong woman. I don't think the Lord, woman. Hey, when I think about my mama, I think of a beautiful woman. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, we're gonna tell them, let's get out of here. So, get a listen. Big up everybody. Get out of here.